workplace culture, right? There's a need for us to actually, there's at workplace culture, treatment of talents. I'm talking, okay, I don't know much about the virtual YouTuber industry, but when it comes to corporations retaining their talents, isn't it the job for a virtual YouTuber talent agency to actually retain their actual talents by making sure that their virtual YouTubers are actually happy, are actually pleased with the services that the talent agency provides? Isn't it supposed to be that way for corporate VTubers, for corporate VTubers, or for talent agency VTubers in general? So why are we at a point in which there are corporations taking profit, actually strategizing profit over talent retention? Why are we coming to a point in which the usual virtual YouTubers are eventually being labeled as virtual YouTubers who are in black virtual YouTuber talent agencies? Basically, the likes of any color. The likes of, what's the VShojo company? What's the company for VShojo? VShojo is an American talent agency that focuses on promoting VTuber content creators. And this is actually based in San Francisco. Got it. So VShojo is a talent agency in itself. Any Color is a talent agency that actually is the boss of Niji Sanji, the Japanese branch, and the EN branch. We have a very problematic situation when it comes to Niji Sanji English, because they simply laid off one of their own forcefully, because that person is not working. Simply, that person is not working, but they are ignoring the fact that that certain talent had emotional problems because of toxic workplace culture that they were actually ignoring. So she left. That was the name of the virtual YouTuber in question, was Selen Tatsuki. Now, there is a success story after Selen Tatsuki left Niji. A success story in the name of Dokibird, because that was her former persona before she joined up Niji Sanji, and then she eventually returned to it. She was a success story because she had a lot of supporters who were very angry with what Niji Sanji had actually decided, with what Any Color had actually decided. They think the difference when it comes to support to Any Color is negligible. No. This is the problem that they have. What they think is happening is Any Color is getting more support because they think that people care about them. No. The people support virtual YouTubers more. That is what they have to realize. And apparently they don't realize that, and eventually for a while their stocks went down. That's a very big lesson to learn. That companies do not succeed because of the mindset that they are supported. No. It is the virtual YouTubers who are being supported by their fans. The fans do not support the company unless they are actually pushed to. But unfortunately, the kinds of companies who do that are called black companies. And now, which company is actually doing this next? Because of a certain virtual YouTuber's recent departure, VShojo is now, what I'm suspecting, is becoming black. Zentreya left VShojo. Matara Khan left VShojo. And now, as of recent, Iron Mouse has left VShojo. Now, why is it that this matters? There is now a third VTuber who has left VShojo because of problems in the workplace. This is much bigger than we thought, because VShojo actually owes money. They owe money to an outreach and the likes that actually Iron Mouse nurtures, because she has a condition, if I'm right. Hold on. So, let me just say it. Iron Mouse departure from VShojo. Iron Mouse has responded on Twitter about what happened. Okay, I'm just going to look at this on a Reddit called r/virtual YouTubers, a subreddit here. I'm just looking at this. To my community, I love you all and dearly thank you. She's heard about what she did, but she had no choice because she has actually been hurt by what VShojo has done. Never expected VShojo to stoop so low. That money was for sick kids and sick people, because the kind of condition, the kind of immunodeficiency condition that she has, others have it too. And VShojo withheld the funding for the same kids that she's supporting. The same type of people who have immunodeficiencies like she has. She's supporting them, and VShojo withheld funds. And apparently, the allegation that she's made against VShojo amounts to at least $500,000 US. That is bad for VShojo. That is absolutely bad for VShojo. Considering that she has been ignored, considering that she has actually been ignored when it comes to this matter, makes me want to believe. Considering that VShojo is now having problems with its own virtual YouTubers who are now leaving the talent agency, I'm suspecting it is now starting to become black. Considering that Niji Sanji is actually treating the virtual YouTubers this way, their toxic work culture, I am not going to be surprised that VShojo is turning black. I am very serious about this. A reason why virtual talent agencies are beginning to actually collapse is because they don't focus on talent retention. They don't keep their talents happy. They don't keep their talents satisfied. So what do the talents do? They either leave their personas entirely, or they grab their personas, make sure that they're independent. Because if virtual YouTubers start as independents and they get migrated into virtual talent agencies like Hololive, like Niji Sanji, like VShojo, basically they can do whatever they want with those characters because it's their character. However, if there are virtual YouTuber agencies who make their own characters and these talents are going to assume those roles, and these virtual YouTuber agencies do not retain their talent, what are they going to expect? That the fans are going to support the company? No, that's not the point. They gotta retain their talents, and if we're including fundings for organizations that support immunodeficient individuals is going to be part of the talent retention, then they have to comply with that too. And because VShojo has not actually retained their talent due to their lack of obligation, Iron Mouse had lawyered up to make absolutely sure if there's going to be a lawsuit, she is ready for it. And oh boy, is she not gonna go down without a legal fight. She is not going to go down without giving any legal repercussions against VShojo. Because holy heck, VShojo is an American firm. It is an American firm. So yeah, they're going to either VShojo is going to have legal representation of their own, or they are going to force the settlement. Not only will VShojo be paying for the settlement, but they'll also be paying for the additional for damages. Because let's just be real, 500,000 US American dollars is no joke. Withholding funds that is meant for protection and the nurturing of immunodeficient individuals. You don't do that. They stooped down so low to the point of actually withholding those funds. It is bad, bro. It is actually bad. Why would they do it? Honestly, I don't know. But it is bad for them. It should not be even happening. But no, it's happening. We're going to be reacting to a certain video called Why I Left VShojo by Iron Mouse. We're going to be watching it together. And let's just be real. I am angry at VShojo for this. I thought VShojo was screwing up repeatedly as a few VTubers are starting to leave. But this definitely is going to burn VShojo. No joke. It is going to burn VShojo to the point that they would not be able to easily recover. And if their stocks go down as a result, that would make them learn their lesson. VShojo, Niji Sanji, any color. Let's just be real, guys. You guys have not been learning. The fans do not support your company if you're going to do this. But don't expect them to support your company if you don't learn to retain your own talents. You do what they need. You do shit on their terms. You can retain them. They are happy. This is not the way to do things. If you see companies profiting, you don't stoop down. You don't stoop low just to make sure that you maintain your profits more. It's ethics, and at the same time, they're just codes of conduct being broken here. There absolutely is codes of conduct being broken here. So we are going to watch it together. So stand by. I'm going to make sure that this video is up. I'm going to make sure. I have actually stopped right in the middle because she's already left VShojo, but this is the video that has actually come out that actually tells us that she has already done so. Let's get right into it, and let's hope that everyone who has common sense would actually see that this is a serious matter. You don't stop in retaining your talents just because you want to profit as a company. VShojo has become selfish and has now joined Niji Sanji and being a black company. I'm going to say it. Sue me if you have to. VShojo is turning black. This is a warning for everyone who is actually supporting corporate VTubers. Support the VTubers as your idols. Do not support the companies who are not retaining talents just because they want to profit. Screw the corpo brass, for they actually want more money in their pockets. Screw them.
I am leaving VShojo. Unfortunately, I recently found out that for the past couple of months, I have been misled by VShojo. With the information that I currently have, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the thing that hurts me the most is that the Immune Deficiency Foundation, which is the most important charity to me, and also the reason why I'm here today, is owed over $500,000 from VShojo.
There it is.
I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full story. But for now, I just need to let you know that I will no longer be a part of VShojo. If you give me a moment of your time, I just want to tell you a little bit about myself. I know for a lot of people right now that this might be the first time you're ever watching me. I became a VTuber because I really wanted to make friends. I was very lonely.
That's actually a good...
The fact that I have primary immune deficiency disease called CVID. I basically have a low to near non-functioning immune system, which means I get sick a lot, and it caused me to remain isolated for long periods of my life. So then I found streaming, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make some friends online, because I honestly couldn't ever leave my room. I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last things on my mind.
I'm sure there are actually videos when it comes to Iron Mouse's story, but even with her struggles as a VTuber, ever since she actually started, there was a success story that was waiting to happen, and when that success story actually came to its actual climax, there was a lot of support given to her. I didn't follow her entire journey, but the success story in itself just tells of her character. She kept on going, even in the midst of her health problems. She made sure to keep herself consistent as much as she could. And it is great that she's actually going through it, that she has actually been on that journey for, I'm not sure if it's already been a decade or something, but she is humble. She is simple. She is humble. That is the good making. That is what good makings of a content creator should be. A good content creator or a good streamer. Someone who's humble, someone who's real, and at the same time, someone who's able to relate to others. Basically, she has a big following on Twitch. A very big following. Probably on other platforms too, but...
I just thought that I would stream to 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games, and just continue on with my life. But unfortunately, I was too scared to stream with my face. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called FaceRig that would allow me to use an anime avatar to stream, and that's how I started VTubing. It took me a while to take it seriously and even begin to think about maybe being able to grow a community and even make this a career. I think I really started to take it seriously around the time when I was approached to join VShojo, and it was through VShojo that I was able to grow into the Iron Mouse that I am today. When I was...
Let's just be real, virtual YouTubers are not for everyone. But virtual YouTubers are for content creators who want to actually hide their identities and try to actually take on a persona that they actually want to be, actually want to express themselves as. I started with Kitsune Ai, and ever since, the thing that I know about virtual YouTubers is they want to actually portray a certain character, and they want to actually relate to their, and they actually want to have fans on watching them like an idol that they were turning out to be. So when I heard about Kitsune Ai being mistreated by the actual firm that she's contracted on, I feel that she's being mistreated. I feel that it's being unfair to her, considering that she is actually working hard to making sure that there is constant content being given to everyone. So, oh, hold on. Give me a moment, guys. I am being called up, so I'll be right back. You're gonna have to forgive me, but my aunt actually needed some answers in regards to the which flooded internet passable. But anyway, I lost my train of thought, so I unfortunately am gonna have to keep watching the video. So, what can I say? Real life. Huh?
I was approached in 2020 and asked to join VShojo. It seemed like a good idea, but I honestly did not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just couldn't. In my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me, and due to the fact that I have lived my life chronically ill and being unable to do much of anything, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take me or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make a decision because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trusting people because I felt like every time I put my trust in people, it always ends in grief for me. So I was worried about expectations and a million and one other things. But I ultimately decided to join VShojo. It really pains me that I am unable to fully explain why I am leaving. But for right now, here's what I am allowed to share with you. I would always be told how important I was for the company, and I was always told that I was needed in order for the company to succeed. Although that was very positive to hear, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me to the point where I felt guilt-tripped into signing. I felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent alike. And I felt like if I didn't do this and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody's life. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel extremely uncomfortable. As my viewers know, privacy has always been one of my biggest concerns. I've had a lot of scary experiences in my life, so one amazing thing for me was the fact that VShojo handled all my payments, and it meant that I never had to give out any of my personal information, so that was always a blessing to me. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to try to start pulling out my remaining funds because I wanted to start taking over my own finances. This is what led me to this point. Throughout the years, Connor and I have raised around $4 million for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The majority of the money raised is through Tiltify at events like the Cyclothon, the charity auction, and other miscellaneous events that we've had. However, because of the success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following 2 subathons to the Immune Deficiency Foundation. The first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me, and because of that, we raised over $329,350 to the Immune Deficiency Foundation.
Let's just be real about this. Iron Mouse has been doing very well when it comes to supporting immune deficient individuals like herself. And this is actually supposed to be a good thing. Now, I don't know what changed during the years of VShojo's treatment on her actual cause for this, but they should not have withheld the nurturing. They should not have withheld the funds for the nurturing goals that she has. They should not have withheld those funds. They should not have delayed those funds. Therefore, making sure that those like her can actually make it. But no. What has happened? Honestly, you know that with the fact that VShojo is starting to degrade. Okay, I don't know exactly what VShojo has. VShojo has problems with Matara Khan and Zentreya. I don't know what their problems are with those two, but considering that this is going to be disastrous as a number of people, as a number of immune deficient individuals won't be getting some support because of this thing, this is really disastrous. It is hard for a corpo VTuber to leave their corpo firm because it is heartbreaking to see. Oh my god. Okay, there is division, okay? Division of intent here. There is real division of intent. She definitely is leaving VShojo for good to make sure that she doesn't transact with them again. And she should not have... And there's a part of me that tells me that she should not leave them just to make sure that she gets all the funds first, but considering that she doesn't trust them, probably because of VShojo's disastrous mistakes with other VTubers, I think it is a good decision. But I think it's also a good thing that she does leave, because if they're going to drop support for disadvantaged individuals, considering that they don't have a heart, it would make me actually portray them as they don't have a heart. My god. It's not just a workplace problem anymore. It's them actually thinking that their profits actually matter more than the noble causes that their talents have. So basically, they don't want to heal the world. They want to keep their deep pockets supplied with profit. It's just so crazy to me that things like these happen, but sucks to be VShojo. They're starting to lose virtual YouTubers because of their disastrous mistakes. And Iron Mouse's departure from VShojo is going to be felt hard. And I don't think I'm going to be alone in saying that VShojo is turning black. I don't think that I am alone in this. VShojo is turning black. Mark my words, this will be the beginning of their spiraling downfall here.
Because the money came from my Twitch revenue instead of a Tiltify link, it required VShojo to make the donation on my behalf. They promptly sent the payment, and the subathon was a huge success, so I decided to do it again the next year. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over 300,000 subscribers and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked VShojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, VShojo has not paid the charity.
A year? They withheld funds for a year? Let me just be real. They should be sued. They should absolutely be sued. Iron Mouse has done the right thing, demanding it after a while of VShojo withholding the funds. A year? Nah. This is them pocketing the money, bro. They're gonna be doing a settlement. Oh my god, they're gonna be I don't see VShojo going through a legal battle, so they're gonna settle. They're probably gonna settle with. They're gonna be forced to settle because she's got a strong case against them. I don't think VShojo's gonna go through it on a legal battle here. I don't think VShojo's gonna go through a legal battle here. They have to settle.
The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity, and we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity. We almost always raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. They help people with primary immune deficiency diseases, or PI, which are inherited disorders where a part of the body's immune system is missing or doesn't function properly, which makes people like me more prone to infection, and this includes over 450 different conditions. The Immune Deficiency Foundation is a charity that is near and dear to my heart and has a particular significance in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, the Immune Deficiency Foundation helped me immensely when I really had nowhere else to turn. I was terrified, I was lonely, and I was confused. I honestly didn't really know what was going on, and I never ever want anyone else to go through that. This entire situation has broken me. I just wanted to do something good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately, that's not the case. As much as I would like to continue to talk about this, unfortunately, I can't. So, recap, I believe that I am owed a significant amount of funds, which I have not been paid. And most importantly, the Immune Deficiency Foundation is owed over $500,000 from VShojo. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I have been advised to wait for legal proceedings. As of right now, I am an independent VTuber. I am at a loss of what to do right now. I'm kind of processing everything. I'm very sad and very confused. Once again, I want to apologize to the Immune Deficiency Foundation and to my community who has shown so much support to me. I also wanted to say that all the ad money made from this video will go towards the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I really haven't had much time to process this. But below the video in the description box is a link to a donation fund for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Thankfully, any donations made through Tiltify go directly to the charity. That link is also there if you've heard about this and would like to support the Immune Deficiency Foundation. Sometime this month, I plan on doing a special live stream in order to raise money for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I hope to have a ton of friends joining me, and hopefully there'll be a lot of singing and a lot of fun and just a day full of happiness. I just honestly really want to show that after all of this, that VTubing is a force for good. So thank you guys so much for all the support, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. And once again, I want to say that I am truly sorry. Okay, bye-bye.
Is definitely going. It's definitely going to burn for funds if they actually go through a trial like this. There is no absolute way that they should take her on through legal proceedings because she's got a strong case, no matter how many years it may take. Because if they do this, this is going to stain their image. You know what I think VShojo is going to do onto the legal proceedings? They will settle straight and they will give her the exact money that they owe her. It is disgraceful. And what they've done to her is absolutely uncalled for. Let's just be real. What they've done to her is absolutely uncalled for. Should not have happened in the first place, but no, it just had to happen. Disgusting.